when we talk about fair wages, I would hope that every man in this audience will stand with women demanding pay equity. Reason why women should be making 78 cents on the dollar compared to men. We gotta fight for pay equity for women. Many of you have heard my Republican colleagues talk about family values. Have you heard that? Our Republican friends just love families. But you know, and I know, what they mean by family values. What they mean is that women in America should not be able to control their own bodies. I disagree. Talk about family values is that women should not be able to purchase the contraceptives they want. I disagree. And when Republicans talk about family values, what they are saying to our gay brothers and sisters that they should not be able to get married or enjoy all of the benefits of American citizenship. I disagree. Let's forget the Republicans now and forever. And let's talk about our family values. I have 4 beautiful kids, 7 beautiful grandchildren, and my wife Jane and I have been married for 27 years. I believe, Jane believes, and you believe in family values, but our values are a little bit different than Republican family values. And when I talk about family values, I believe that the United States must end the international embarrassment of being the only major country on earth, the only one, which does not guarantee workers paid medical and family leave. And when we talk about family values, let us understand that today in LA, today in my state, Vermont, a woman gave birth. And that is obviously an enormous day for that woman, for the father, for the family, and a pretty big day for the baby as well. But here's the point. If that that woman and her family have sufficient income, that mom and that dad can stay home and love that baby, get to know that baby, bond with that baby, and all of you who are parents know what an extraordinary moment that is in our lives. And if that mom and family have income, she can stay home with that baby for weeks and months, as she should be able to do. But, there are moms who just gave birth today in LA, who just gave birth today in my state of Vermont, who don't have a lot of money. And those moms, because they lack money, will be forced to go back to work in 1 week or 2 weeks. They will be separated. They will be separated from their babies in the most important moments of that baby's life and the mom's life. That is not a family value. And that is why I will fight to have the United States join virtually every country on earth and guarantee at least 12 weeks of paid family leave. And we also have to end the disgrace of seeing the situation where a kid is sick, but mom can't stay home because she doesn't have any paid sick leave. That's got to end. And at a time when, as a result of the collapse of the American middle class, our people are working the longest hours of any people in a major country on earth. 85% of male workers are working more than 40 hours a week. 65% of women workers working more than 40 hours a week. 100 years ago, workers marched through the streets demanding a 40-hour work week. We haven't reached it yet. And to my mind, every worker in this country deserves at least 2 weeks paid vacation. When we talk about the economy, whenever posters go out and they call you up and they say, well, what is the issue uppermost on your mind? And invariably, what people say is the issue of jobs. People understand that if you're 55 years of age today, you may go to work tomorrow, and your employer may say, well, I'm really sorry we have to let you go, but we're hiring somebody half your age and half your pay. And if you are young, a high school graduate, or if you are a new college graduate, you know how hard it is to find a job commensurate with your education. So when real youth unemployment is over 40%, when general national unemployment is over 10%, we need a massive federal jobs program to put our people back to work. And the fastest and most effective way to do that is to take a look at our crumbling infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our water systems, our wastewater plants, our rail, our airports. And when we rebuild our crumbling infrastructure, we can create, with a $1 trillion investment, 13 million good-paying jobs. But when we talk about jobs, it is not just creating new jobs, it is making sure we do not continue to lose jobs. Since 2001, we have lost over 60,000 factories in America, millions of good-paying jobs. And the major reason for that is a disastrous trade policy which has allowed corporate America to shut down here and move our jobs abroad. We need a trade policy which creates good-paying jobs here, protects poor people abroad, not just making billions for CEOs. Continue to help lead the fight against the TPP. When we use words like greed, dishonesty, arrogance, recklessness, these are just some of the words to describe Wall Street. As a result of the greed and recklessness and illegal behavior on Wall Street, this country was plunged into the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. Millions of people lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their life savings. I find it interesting that a kid who smokes marijuana can get an arrest record, but the CEOs who help destroy the economy get away with it. Taxpayers, the middle class of this country, bailed out Wall Street because those banks were too big to fail. And yet today, most of those banks are bigger than they were when we bailed them out because they were too big to fail. We need a financial system which provides affordable loans to small and medium-sized businesses to help us create jobs. We don't need a financial system which is an island unto itself designed only to make huge profits for a handful of people. In my view, not only do we have to reestablish Glass-Steagall legislation, but more importantly, we have to understand that if a bank is too big to fail, it is too big to exist. We have to Brothers and sisters, be as blunt as I can and telling you that as a result of the disastrous Supreme Court decision in the Citizens United case, the American political system has been totally corrupted, and the foundations of American democracy are being undermined. By a 5-4 Supreme Court decision, what the Supreme Court said to the wealthiest people in this country, they said, guys, you already own much of the economy. Now we're going to give you the opportunity to own the United States government, and that is what they are trying to do right now. When you have one family, the Copelands, a family, extreme right-wing family that believes we should end Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Department Protection. When you have one family spending more money in this election cycle than either the Democrats or the Republicans, brothers and sisters, you're not talking about democracy, you're talking about oligarchy, and we are going to stop it. Many campaign promises during the campaign so far, but let me repeat one promise I have made to you, and that is any nominee of mine, the U.S. Supreme Court, will in fact have to pass a litmus test. And that litmus test will be that he or she will state loudly and clearly that they will vote to overturn Citizens United. Too many people, I'm the former chairman of the Veterans Committee, and I talk to them all kinds of veterans. Too many men and women have put their lives on the line to defend American democracy, to allow a handful of billionaires to take it away from us. And not only do we have to overturn Citizens United, we have to go further than that. We need to move toward public funding of elections. I want to see an America where when young people, regardless of their political views, they're conservative, moderate, progressive, whatever it is, I want to see people be able to run for office, to defend their points of view, to engage in debate without having to beg millionaires and billionaires for their votes.